Hey bees, I'm Marie from Humblebee and Me, and today we are making a really lovely cocoa coconut rich cream facial cleanser. So this facial cleanser is basically a lotion with some added surfactants. Our oil phase is mostly cocoa butter and coconut oil. The ones that I have used are both from Baraka Shea Butter, and oh my gosh, they smell amazing, and this finished face wash also smells amazingly of chocolate and of coconut and just mwah. These ingredients were gifted, but I have smelled a lot of cocoa butter and coconut oil in my day, and these ones truly do smell extra mouthwateringly awesome. The emulsifier I'm using is Glyceryl Stearate and PEG 100 Stearate, and it is really important that you use this exact emulsifier with the complete, fully matching inky. Using just Glyceryl Stearate or Glyceryl Stearate SE instead of Glyceryl Stearate and PEG 100 Stearate will not work. If you want to learn more about this emulsifier, please make sure you are reading the Humblebee and Me encyclopedia entry on it. There's a ton more information there about how it's awesome and special and why it's different from emulsifying waxes like Polo Wax or Olive M1000. It also includes a big long list of all the different trade or brand names that it's often sold under, so it makes it easier to shop for, and you might find that you might even already have some in your DIY pantry. The way I'm making this is really easy. We're heating all the heated ingredients together in one beaker, so not the two separate phases thing, and then blending that until it's cool and adding the cool down phase. This is the way I used to make a lot of lotions, like back in the day when I very first got started, and it works a treat. And I just kind of had to why not give that a try again? And so yeah, it's awesome. If you want to heat the two, like the oil phase and the water phase, separately, you can, but this works really well. So as always, please make sure you are reading the full partner blog post linked in the description box below for more information about this project. You'll find links to places to buy all the ingredients, information on substitutions, scaling, shelf life, all the instructions written out, and a whole lot more. So yeah, let's go make this. We'll begin by combining all of our heated phase ingredients in one beaker. So in this beaker, we already have 41.7 grams distilled water. To that, we're going to add 15 grams vegetable glycerin, 2 grams decyl glucoside, and for substitutions, please make sure you're reading the blog post linked in the description box below, 3 grams Cocamidopropyl Betaine, 0.1 grams citric acid, and please make sure you're using a good precise scale to weigh this out, as this is a very potent ingredient, 4.5 grams Glyceryl Stearate and PEG 100 Stearate, and it has to be this exact emulsifier, not Glyceryl Stearate, not Polo Wax, this exact emulsifier. So please make sure you're reading about it in the Humblebee and Me encyclopedia if you need to learn more or you're looking for somewhere to buy it. 15 grams gorgeous, fragrant, unrefined cocoa butter, 15 grams virgin coconut oil, 3 grams cetyl alcohol, and 0.2 grams xanthan gum. Before we heat this, I'm going to weigh it and note that weight, making sure to note that the weight also includes the spatula. To heat everything through, we're going to use a water bath. So this is a wide saucepan with about an inch or 3 centimeters of water on the bottom of it. And I'm going to go put this on the stovetop over medium heat for about half an hour to melt everything through. Once everything is heated through and melted, you can remove your water bath from the heat and then remove your beaker from the water bath. Dry that off. Then we're going to pop it on the scale and refer to that number we wrote down earlier and top it up with a bit of preheated distilled water. Up next, we're going to grab our immersion blender and blend this up. So you can see there that this is still pretty thin. It was about 4 minutes of blending. So I'm going to leave this to cool for a while and then come back and blend it some more. All right, so it's been about 5 minutes. This is still pretty liquidy, but is thickening up nicely and has cooled down a bit. Well, that is coming along really nicely. It's still pretty warm. I've got the gorgeous smell of cocoa butter and coconut oil wafting out of the beaker. Just looks absolutely lovely. So I'm gonna leave this to continue to cool now. All right, so this has cooled down nicely and it is very thoroughly blended and emulsified. So now we can add our cool down phase. The cool down phase for this formulation is really simple. It's just our preservative. So I'm going to pop our batch on the scale here, tare it. This is a scale that is accurate to 2 decimal points of a gram. And then we're going to add 0.5 grams liquid Germall plus. You can see I've got a little kind of squeezy turret cap on this bottle. That's something that I did myself. I swapped out, and it makes it really, really easy to dispense the preservative. I bought this from Voyager, and so they already sell the preservative in sort of a squeezy bottle, and then they also just sell these squeezy bottles and the caps for them. So it makes it really, really easy to just buy an extra turret cap and swap them out when your order arrives, and then it makes it really, really easy to dispense tiny amounts of the preservative as needed. So for packaging, I'm going to use a squeeze tottle, and I've got a version of this cleanser here that's been sitting for several weeks, so I can ensure its stability. So it'll give you a good idea of the final viscosity, and you can see that it's still really quite like liquidy and soft. So you don't want to be putting this in like an open jar like this. I guess it wouldn't be the end of the world if you did, but I think this product is a lot better suited to a squeeze tube. So I'm going to be using this one. This was from Voyager, but they discontinued them. But now Humblebee actually has some similar ones, which is great. So I'm going to pop that in this beaker to hold it upright, and then wedge the lid in there. And then we've got our funnel, and then we can fill. For a bit of a use demo, I've popped a little bit of lipstick on the back of my hand, and we can use kind of what's left in the beaker to see how well this works. So because this has such a high oil content, it breaks makeup down really, really nicely, but that high oil content also makes it quite gentle on the skin. So you'll just massage it into your face, and then you're not going to notice a ton of bubbles because there is a lot of fat in there, and that does impede lather, but it still works. And then you'll go, rinse your face, wipe with a damp cloth, and it comes away really beautifully, nice and clean, but not at all feeling tight or dry. And there you go. So you just made a really lovely cocoa coconut rich cream facial cleanser. For more information, please make sure you're reading the full partner blog post. It is linked in the description box below, or just go to humblebeeandme.com and search for the name of this project. There you'll find a lot more information about substitutions, scaling, shelf life, links to places to buy all the ingredients, and a whole lot more. So yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.